Down in the valley where the girls get naked. If you throwing bands in, you know she gon' shake.
What's up, everybody? It's Emerald Monet, and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we'll be discussing the P Valley finale. Telling you now, if you have not watched the season finale of P Valley, do not watch any further. There are spoilers ahead. You have been warned. Let's just get started. I feel like the biggest shocker of the night for everybody was Mississippi pulling that gun out on Diamond. Y'all, I could not believe her. I am so done with her. I was already feeling like I ain't like her, but it's solidified. She really pulled that gun on Diamond when he was in the fight defending her against Derek. Derek already was ready to go home and tear her up, and she used Autumn's gun, and she took out of Autumn's locker and went and cocked that thing back on Diamond. Y'all believe it? I was actually kind of shocked that Derek actually fought Diamond, because usually men like Derek who like to abuse women, they usually some real life punks and afraid to fight men, but he actually had them hands. So I kind of wonder what's the history about him, because he definitely knew how to fight. We know Diamond was in the war in Iraq, but I'm sure next season we'll find out a lot more about Derek and his history, as well as Mississippi's. We're on the subject of Mississippi. Let's talk about that performance, y'all, and how she stole the spotlight off Lil Murda. You know, they had the representative there from a record label, and he was supposed to be there to see Lil Murda, but come to find out, he really came down there for Mississippi. So he talking about getting him into some 360 deals. If you know anything about record deals and stuff, if you hear the term 360, just know that you need to run the other way, okay? Never sign a 360 deal. Don't do it. Get some money up front, and then you basically are fronted money by the record label, and then whatever profits you start to make is their money. Never sign a 360 deal. But anyway, Mississippi was eating it up, hearing all of that. You know, Derek came over, interrupted, even asked Mississippi if he was planning on being her pimp or her manager, because he was caking real hard. As expected, Lil Murda did good on his set. People was feeling him. He realized the crowd knew his songs. Old girl got her Tata sign. It was all good energy behind it. You could tell he was definitely feeling himself after that, because when they went in the VIP room to discuss business, y'all saw how Lil Murda tried to front on Uncle Clifford. You know, after they had their moment, they had their intimate time together. It's like, boy, don't try to front on me now in front of all these people, when really I'm the one who helped you get to this point anyway. And then, you know, Lil Murda gonna try to come in here, no, I ain't trying to be on this, no, I ain't trying to be on that. Yeah, you is. You front. I'm glad Uncle Clifford stood up for himself and said that he not gonna take that until Lil Murda figure out what he wanna do. I'm glad that he said, nah, this ain't that. Now, let's get into some of the meat of the episode. Come to find out, Haley did not used to be a stripper, and that is obvious. She used to just take some little pole dancing classes. Haley used to be a corporate accountant, okay? So that's why my girl knew how to get the money at the accounts, knew how to secretly move money around. I'm sure in season 2 we gonna learn a lot more about her and her past and everything that she been through, because what's T-Girl a corporate account for what? Montavious is part of a gang, Delta Devoted. Haley stole all his money, and as he say, she stole the money like a thief in the night, ran. When he confronted her, that's when she shot him. She running from him, and then that's when her daughter got killed in the flood. So come to find out, Montavious is not Haley's husband. He said she could have been, and also not the father of her child. So I wonder who is her baby daddy. The whole fight scene with Mercedes, Autumn, and Montavious was crazy. I love to see the camaraderie that Mercedes and Autumn currently have. How Mercedes knew something was up, went to Haley's defense and was there for her. So I'm happy that they solidifying their relationship. I know in the next season that we just gonna be able to see it blossom and grow so much more. And while we're talking about Mercedes, let's talk about how the coach was like, yeah, you know, I'll give you 10K if you promise to be my side piece, basically. He offered her a condo on the river and box seats to all his games, and he got to be able to have the keys to the house because he needs to be able to check on his investment, as he said. She told him she was gonna think about it, and she never gave him an answer. And then we also see her at the end of the episode going to her mother trying to reconcile, and Patrice said, nah, you better go to pray to your own God about that. Y'all, Mercedes broke down, banging on the door, trying to get into the church that her mother stole from her. I felt so bad for her in that moment. Now, we also saw Andre and his wife leaving the hotel, and you know the receptionist at the front desk was being super shady. And like as I expected, nobody died. The funeral that everybody was dressed in black for was the auction for the Pynk. You see all of our favorite characters there, including Loretta Devine as Uncle Clifford's grandmother. Andre had a cap on how much he could bid on the property that was $200,000. Andre starts to bid. Nobody's bidding against him until Haley walks in. Haley walks in all white. Most of the other cast has on black, and Goddaddy got on red like the devil. Feel like that was real symbolic. But she comes in, $250,000 cash, drops that mug on the floor, and buys the Pynk. So her and Uncle Clifford are going to be partners. Some things that have still been left a mystery are, what happened to Montavious? Clearly he got shot. Who shot him? Was it Mercedes, Autumn, or Uncle Clifford? What y'all do with his body? Now, if y'all remember, Montavious did say he had people watching Haley on the outside, so if something happened to him, they would still be coming after her. I feel like the gang that Montavious was in is going to play a big role in season 2. As we know, Uncle Clifford and Autumn are going into business as partners. I do feel like somewhere in there, Mercedes is going to get in on that action. I do feel like with the Pynk being a strip club, they will be able to embezzle a lot of money through it. Really, Haley knows a lot about finances and accounting, so she'll be able to do whatever. And for all we know, there's way more money where that came from. We only know that she had $250K so far out of the account. For season 2, I also think that Mercedes will end up taking the coach's offer to be his side chick, but I also don't think it'll probably last very long. I wanted to get more information about what was going on with her personal life, with her baby daddy and her daughter, and what happened with their situation. How did he die? Did he get killed? Was he murdered? What happened? I really want to get more information about Mercedes. I also hope that we'll find out who is Autumn's baby daddy, because it clearly wasn't Montavious. Although her daughter is already dead, who did she have her baby with and what happened to him? I definitely believe Patrice will start her church, and I feel like it's going to blow up in her face. I do feel like she's going to get it off the ground, but I do believe eventually she will come crawling back to Mercedes. In season 2, I also think that Mississippi will end up signing a bad deal. I think Mississippi is going to end up getting really famous in season 2, and I feel like she's going to end up playing herself. Derek is going to lose his mind, y'all. I think that the guy who is managing her, they might have some sort of connection, and she might end up cheating on Derek, and he finds out and tries to kill her. She'll probably end up trying to run back to Diamond as well. If he got any brains, he'll be done with her, because clearly she don't want his help. Sometimes you just gotta let people learn for themselves. Now, as for Lil Murder, I don't think that he's gonna end up in the type of deal that he wants. I think he's going to acquire a little bit of fame, and it's not going to be what he wants it to be. I think he's going to spend too much time trying to put on a fake persona and be something that he's not. And I feel like that's going to show in his work. And I feel like he's going to end up falling off real hard. I feel like he's going to miss Uncle Clifford, because I really do believe he likes and loves and cares about Uncle Clifford. He's not living an authentic life. He's not being true to himself. And I feel like that is going to eventually come out. Now, obviously, the plans for the casino are thwarted now that Autumn has bought the Pynk. But I don't think that that's going to stop the mayor, Andre's goddaddy, or the brothers and whoever else is involved in this deal from trying to come after that property. We know that Andre isn't off the hook. We know that Andre intentionally let Haley sabotage the deal by buying up the Pynk, because Bob answered the phone and he could have got authorization or asked for it, but he didn't even bother. He let Haley go ahead and buy the Pynk. Y'all, it's about to be going down next season. I can't wait. Hopefully, they already started production, so we don't have to wait too long. What are some of your predictions for season 2? And let me know down below what you thought of the season finale. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Before you go, make sure you check out one of these other videos on my channel. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you on the next one. Break 'em. 3, 4, break 'em. Dang, it's probably gonna be a whole nother year before I hear that theme song.